As some of you are aware, a number of other fires have sparked in Southern California, Riverside area where there's been some structural damage, and of course the headlines are being generated in and around the Reagan Library in Simi Valley. The Ventura Fire Department is incident command in that case, and that's the fire that we're monitoring very eagerly. The winds are intense, so right now that's a ground game. We're focusing all our resources, including mutual aid. Every request we've made of the Trump administration has been granted, and I just want to thank them again for moving as expeditiously as they have to support our efforts here at the state. But over 4,000 men and women out there on 24, 26, 7, 8-hour shifts, not a wink of sleep, doing heroic work.
It was quite a night for us. We have over 180,000 people under evacuation right now. Some of the evacuations that we added yesterday afternoon and through the night included the areas around Sebastopol and West County. And I could say that although I've heard some people express concerns that we're evacuating too many people, I think those concerns are not valid at this point.
Overnight, we obviously saw the wind surface through Sonoma County, coming from the northerly northeast direction. With that, we had fire activity that increased, spotting ahead of itself and burning into some of the closer areas to the more populated spots in the county. With that, firefighters made aggressive attacks on the fire, defending structures, as well as contending with downed trees and downed power lines. At the same time that the firefight was going on last night and continues today, we had the incident commanders at the command post throughout the entire night evaluating the need for additional evacuations throughout the area.
As you very well know, it was a tremendous weekend for our country. We killed ISIS leader al-Baghdadi. They've been looking for him for a long time. They've been looking for him for many years. He was a sick and depraved man, and now he's dead. He's dead. He's dead as a doornail. And he didn't die bravely either, I will tell you that. He should have been killed years ago. Another president should have gotten him. But he was big time. He built the ISIS caliphate. You hear about ISIS, that was him. It was once the physical size of the state of Ohio and had 7 million people, and it was growing big, big, big. And they had a problem. It started about 2.5 years ago. But we have now tens of thousands of ISIS prisoners under tight supervision. And now we want the countries in the region to police their own borders. We don't want to be a policeman in this case of two countries that haven't gotten along for centuries. But we're keeping the oil. Remember that. I've always said that. Keep the oil. We want to keep the oil. $45 million a month. Keep the oil. In coming weeks, Attorney General Barr will announce a new crackdown on violent crime, which I think is so important, targeting gangs and drug traffickers in high-crime cities and dangerous rural areas. My administration has also curtailed the harmful and intrusive use of federal consent decrees, which wrongly give meddlesome officials in Washington, D.C., immense authority to tie down local police departments and make it very difficult to do their work. No longer will federal bureaucrats micromanage your local police. And we will work with, upon request, local police to help them, not to hinder them. And we're waiting for a call from Chicago, because there's no place that we would rather help than Chicago. Well, this afternoon, it's my privilege to present our nation's highest and most revered military distinction. It's called the Congressional Medal of Honor. It's nothing like it. Please join me in welcoming today's extraordinary recipient, Master Sergeant Matthew Williams. Matt's incredible heroism helped ensure that not a single American soldier died in the Battle of Shock Valley. His ground commander later wrote, "I've never seen a troop so poised, focused, and capable during a fight." And Matt is, without question and without reservation, one of the bravest soldiers and people I've ever met.
This is a sad day. It's a sad day because nobody comes to Congress to impeach a president of the United States. No one. We come here to do the work, make the future better for our children, for America's future. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, and that's what we cannot ignore, and we will not ignore when the president's behavior indicates that that investigation, that inquiry is necessary. As the inquiry proceeds, we'll decide whether we'll go forward with impeachment. That decision has not been made. But here we are, again, our founders, September 17th, 1787, they came forth with a constitution, with genius of which was a separation of powers, 3 co-equal branches of government, balance of power. And when Benjamin Franklin came out, they said, Mr. Franklin, what do we have, a monarchy or a republic? And they said, a republic if we can keep it. And here, right in the here and now, we are keeping the republic. From a president who says, Article 2 says, I can do whatever I want. Not so. And if so, if you think that's so and you act upon that belief, that is in violation of the Constitution of the United States. And so we will proceed with the facts, the truth. It's about the truth and it's about the Constitution, and we're very working hard to defend our democracy. Because if we don't have a system of checks and balances, we might as well all just elect a president and go home. These rules are fairer than anything that have gone before in terms of an impeachment proceeding. I'm not here to answer what the Republicans say. If you have any questions, we're doing appropriations, we're doing trade, we're doing drug prices, lowering the cost of drug prices. I'm not here to answer any questions about what the Republicans say, further than to what I have said just now. As you may understand, I have business on the floor that I have to see to, so I'm going to have to excuse myself. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Today, Dr. Kupperman was scheduled to testify as part of the House Impeachment Inquiry for a previously scheduled deposition, and he was a no-show. This is deeply regrettable. He was compelled to appear by a lawful congressional subpoena. Just within the last few days, of course, the District Court has ruled that the impeachment inquiry is perfectly valid. Witnesses like Dr. Kupperman need to do their duty and show up. The lawsuit that Dr. Kupperman filed in District Court has no basis in law. A private citizen cannot sue the Congress to try to avoid coming in when they're served with a lawful subpoena. We expect that the court will make short shrift of that argument, but nonetheless, we move forward. Dr. Kupperman had testimony we believe would corroborate the allegations of misconduct that other witnesses have made. But we move forward, and we will obviously consider, as we inform Dr. Kupperman's counsel, his failure to appear as evidence that may warrant a contempt proceeding against him.
This is not an investigation. These are a few depositions designed to get an outcome that was predetermined. And I can tell you, every time we hear from a witness, every single witness who've talked to the president. Each and every time they have said he has done nothing wrong. He is innocent of any charges. And you know, it's always people who have talked to people who have talked to other people who think that he might have meant this. When you get direct evidence, this president is not only innocent, but he certainly has not done anything impeachable, and it's time that we bring this charade to a close. It's not an investigation.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out these other videos from USA Today to stay up to date with all the latest news.